Morning and welcome to everyone to the Convocation ceremony for the class of 2021.
We request all of you to remain seated as the program gets underway with the academic procession.
Authenticity, respectfulness, benchmark professionalism. The Vedica Scholars Program for Women recognizes and nurtures these qualities in young women who are visibly committed to personal growth, professional integrity, and academic excellence. The sixth cohort of Vedica scholars, our beloved class of 2021, is ready to take on the world today, and we are here to celebrate their journey. Over the last 6 years, we have grown in numbers and in strength. Today, our universe comprises over 350 Vedica scholars, over 150 visiting faculty, 140 guest speakers, 200 mentors, and a growing family of well-wishers and advisors. It has been humbling to witness the incredible potential of a simple idea.
Welcome again. It is an absolute pleasure for my colleague Malika Anand and I, Ajaya Kaushik, to host you on this very special occasion. In the last 18 months, we have seen these 115 women every day, on screen, off screen, outside and inside classes, bogged down by Zoom fatigue and yet resolute when it came to preparing themselves for the world that awaits their arrival. This has been a testing year for the Vedica family. The class of 2021 marks a critical milestone in Vedica's commitment to building an ever increasing cadre of successful women professionals. With an increase in cohort size, along with the constant disruptions and uncertainties that pervaded this year, we are presented with a challenge and an opportunity to reaffirm and practice the Vedica values of courage, resilience, and empathy. And while we are excited and a little nervous about our scholars stepping out from their Vedika home, we are certain that the values they hold dear will enable them to conquer the outside world. It has been a privilege to witness their transformation and to transform with them. We can't even begin to imagine what the next few months will feel like with them not around anymore.
Each year at Vedica's Convocation ceremony, we seek wisdom and inspiration from our guest of honor. A trailblazer in their field and an exemplary role model for our scholars. With these expectations, we would be hard-pressed to find a more befitting guest of honor than Mr. Amitabh Kant. To celebrate this memorable occasion, we are privileged to welcome you, Mr. Kant. Mr. Kant is amongst one of India's senior-most policy makers and the Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. His name is synonymous with loved, respected, and award-winning initiatives such as Make in India, Startup India, and Incredible India. Initiatives that have made each one of us young Indians proud. Mr. Kant has been named amongst 50 most influential people revolutionizing governance. He is the winner of several awards, including the Economic Times Policy Change Agent of the Year, the Bloomberg TV Personality of the Year, the NDTV Administrator of the Year, the One Globe Award for Leadership in Transforming Governance, and the Golden Peacock Award for Economic Transformation. We couldn't be more fortunate to have him at the Convocation ceremony to inspire our graduating scholars. Thank you, Mr. Kant, for making time to be here today.
We will now commence the function with the Dean's address. Anuradha Das Mathur, the founder and Dean of Vedica, inspires us every day to pursue our best selves and find the courage to lead authentic lives. Her vision has brought Vedica to its 7th year today. We are all extremely privileged to have her enthusiasm, infectious optimism, and warmth in our lives. I would like to welcome on stage Anuradha Das Mathur to deliver the Dean's address.
Is it working? Yeah. Without leaps of imagination or dreaming, we lose the excitement of possibilities. Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning the future. I'm sure the inimitable Gloria Steinem dreamed of the same possibility as us, a world where men and women are equal, a world where women can thrive. We have always believed that no idea is ever a repository of a single individual. It's there in the cosmos, waiting to subsume a soul. It has infinite and indestructible energy. People either join the dream or the dreamer. And I'm grateful to all the people here today who give wings to our dream. I'm Anuradha Das Mathur, and on behalf of the Vedica family, it is my pleasure to welcome you in person on this sunny afternoon to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2021. In the 7 years since Vedica's launch, one of the most common questions we have been asked is, why only women? If anything, the past 2 years have reinforced the criticality of Vedica's intent. The pandemic has been disproportionately more devastating for women, undoing years of progress and setting us back on social, political, and economic equality. On the other hand, this time has also proved the power of women's leadership, be it through the admirable way heads of state like Jacinda Ardern and Angela Merkel once again steered their nations to safety with a public health focused response, or the Indian women who have scaled heights and shattered glass ceilings. From Falguni Nayar becoming India's first self-made woman billionaire, to the impact made by Geeta Gopinath as the first deputy managing director of the IMF, the past year has proven that there is no limit to what women can accomplish. Perhaps it is time for Abby Wambach's words when she said, "We are the ones we've been waiting for." Are there then lessons for us in these examples? I believe yes. And the first is inclusion. Despite their innate competencies, what sets these women leaders apart is their recognition that people and relationships lie at the heart of every organization and nation. And just acknowledging this can create impact. The second is resilience. Instead of giving up when she was forced to quit a company she had built, Whitney Wolfe Herd decided to start over with renewed purpose by launching Bumble. In 2021, as Bumble went public, she became the world's youngest self-made woman billionaire. Resonates with Vedica's credo, "Don't quit." And the third is courage. In a world obsessed with early success, Falguni Nayar defied all stereotypes by quitting a lucrative job at the age of 50 and starting Nykaa. Today, she is amongst India's most successful entrepreneurs. The courage to dream, the courage to be you, and sometimes the courage to be disliked for the right reasons are a good aspiration to have. Also, as Maya Angelou said, courage is the most important of all virtues because without it, no other virtue can be practiced consistently. You can be kind and true and fair and generous and just, even merciful occasionally. To be that thing time after time, you have to really have courage. The challenges of the 21st century, increasingly volatile environments, including wars and pandemics, diverse and young workforces, disruptive new technology, and the need to balance profit with impact, all require multidimensional leadership. Leadership that incorporates all of these attributes that we spoke about and more. I feel fortunate that ever since our inception, we have endeavored to inculcate these qualities in our scholars, and year after year, you do us proud. Vedica is committed to fostering young women to be great professionals, but equally great human beings and great citizens. The flip side of this mission is what Winston Churchill said: the price of greatness is responsibility. And we at Vedica are totally up for it. Of course, the greatest testament to Vedica's mission is our scholars themselves. With our 6th batch, we have doubled our class size, growing from around 60 scholars to nearly 120. While this was an incredibly exciting achievement, it brought its own set of challenges, exaggerated further by the pandemic. But as they say, the road to good things can never be singularly rosy. With some luck, some goodwill, and lots of hard work, we have managed to sustain our quality of teaching and our track record of assured placements, our 2 big promises to our scholars year after year. And as cliched as it sounds, the most appropriate metaphor I can think of this year is childbirth. Pain, sweat, and blood, yes, but also the wonder of a new life, a new being. With this batch, it feels like Vedica has come into a new being. The Pythagoreans considered 6 a perfect number, one that represents idealism. It is fitting then that the 6th batch signifies a renewed commitment to our Vedica ideals. This might also be the right moment for me to go back to Vedica's genesis. It lies in a conversation around women's dignity and the stark realization that dignity and dependence don't go hand in hand. And if we wanted women to live with dignity, they needed to be independent enough to reject anything lesser. Intellectual, emotional, physical, and financial independence. And then the next realization that financial independence makes the other three a tiny bit easier. We needed a program that helped women achieve financial independence, build and sustain their careers, make sure that these young women don't quit. We designed a curriculum that teaches them core competencies they need at workplaces, but equally, if not more importantly, teaches them all the other attributes critical for success: confidence, self-awareness, the right attitude, resilience, courage, and sisterhood. Unlike many other programs, we urge our scholars to be authentic, be themselves. Pramatraj Sinha, now widely recognized as the father of world-class institutions of higher education, was committed to the idea. His mentorship and guidance on how to think about it was the kernel of much that we have today. Our illustrious governing council was the next step, and their presence has been an ever-vigilant conscience that continues to guide us at every step. Today, with all the wise counsel, support, and love that we have received over the years, we are at a point of inflection in Vedica's journey. 6, I am also told, is a number of luck, the highest number possible when you roll a dice. And we are indeed lucky to be here. Beyond the many hours of instruction, our reputed faculty, our largest cohort so far, committed mentors, and a growing number of recruiters, here are some highlights of the past year. To remain committed to the personal transformation of our scholars, we took extra care to give them the personalized attention they need. We implemented a hybrid model for instruction as soon as the situation allowed, and most importantly, managed to continue with our residential program. Our hostels were kept open throughout the year. Our Shadow a Woman leader remains a highlight. We implemented it successfully in its virtual avatar, and based on requests from our shadow mentors, this module is now 8 weeks long. Despite the hybrid model and a much larger class size, we maintained our quality of teaching, retained our stellar faculty, and have consistently improved the program delivery to our scholars. We have already placed more than 97% of our current cohort and are confident of fulfilling our promise of assured placements yet again. Now in our 7th year, we revisit our mission, our vision, and our plan for Vedica at 10. Our aspiration is to take Vedica to the world, partner with new universities, bring our ethos to new organizations, and receive new donors and patrons to further our mission of building a cadre of women with distinctive, break-free careers. Yet, we know this is not enough. Solving this problem at scale needs public policy intervention. As Vedica approaches 10, we want to work towards change through a public policy impetus. The pandemic has proven that the future needs a gender agenda, one that can acknowledge and bolster the contribution of India's urban, educated, professional women. This isn't easy, but as Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. And we are moving in this direction slowly but surely, one scholar at a time. With much gratitude, we have reason to feel proud and validated. We recognize today, more than ever before, that goodwill is perhaps the world's richest currency and certainly our most treasured armor, one that will ensure that we keep growing from strength to strength. After all this has been said, Vedica is ultimately and only about our scholars. We are and remain grateful to every young woman who walks through our doors with the faith and courage to take a chance on us, and also in equal measure to their parents, their families, and their support structures. Please know that you matter, and we will always owe you. And as each one of you Vedica scholars goes out into the world to embrace your new life, I have many wishes for you. I'm deeply conscious that this celebratory moment punctuates what has been a long and perhaps traumatic year for many of us. Just as we thought we were emerging from the pandemic, we witnessed unprecedented loss and disruption again. But I want you to remember, no pressure, no diamonds. No pressure, no diamonds. In many ways, you are blessed to have witnessed such unnatural pressures so early in your lives to let the diamond emerge. And as you go into the world, I hope the diamond in you will shine all the more brightly and leave the world a wee bit better than you found it. Nora Ephron said, "Be the heroine of your life, not the victim." Unlike my generation, you can't say nobody told you there were other options. Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead. 25 years from now, you won't have as easy a time making excuses as we did. You won't be able to blame the dean or the culture or anyone else. You will have no one to blame but yourselves. Be anti-fragile, stay the course, and don't give up. Don't give up on people who love you, and don't give up on happiness. Magic happens when you don't give up, even though you want to. The universe always falls in love with a stubborn heart. My precious class of 21, let the Vedica in you shine, crazy and bright forever. Good luck, God bless you, and don't quit.
Thank you, Anuradha, for your sage advice and optimism. Your words never fail to inspire us. This address now brings us to the most awaited part of the program, the graduation ceremony of our scholars who truly embody the Vedica pledge, being my better self every day. I request Mr. Khan to join Anuradha to present the graduation certificates and the scholars to come up as their names are called out. With this, I invite our first scholar from the class of 2021, Akanksha Rajput. Akanksha Ahuja. Arshia Agarwal. Ayushi Astha. Aditi Jain. Akhila Vullangula. Aditi Mukul. Akshara Madugula. Anashwara Pradeep. Anjali Mishra.
Anjali Singh. Anisha Das Gupta. Apurva Lele. Apurva Nigam. Arna De. Asmita Jagwani. Chandini Mahajan. Deepika Chauhan. Divya Agarwal. Divya Sharma.
Divyangana Mishra. Drishti Sharma. Ishani Kochar. Ishani Purwar. Harsha Krishan. Harnoor Kaur. Gunjan Sharma. Harshdeep Kaur Parhar. Harshita Mishra.
Ishika Jain. Jaskirat Kaur. Kalyani Kumar. Kashish Hashim. Kavya Gujarati. Kirat Chatha. Kushali Jaiswal. Komal Arora. Kriti Gera. Kriti Shukla.
Lakshita. Manya Mittal. The energy seems to be dwindling a little. Manaswita Verma. Muskan Sehgal. नेहा त्रिपाठी, निधि चंद्रा, निहार बिसेन, निवेदिता सिंह परमार, ओजस ठाकुर, प्राची अग्रवाल,
प्रगति गोगना, प्रज्ञा राज, प्रिया नटराजन, प्रियंका दवे, प्रियंका कुमारी, प्रियाशा साई उकिल, रंजनी पी, राशि गुप्ता, रश्मिता परिहार, रीतिका,
रिया जैन, रिया कुमार, ऋषिका सिंह चौहान, ऋतुपना मोहपात्रा, सलोनी गोयल, संयुक्ता बहेती, शांभवी सिन्हा, शिवांगी गोगोई,
श्रेणी जैन, श्रुति श्रेयसी, शुभी कुशवाहा, शुभी शर्मा, शुभिता अरोरा, सिमरन बैंस, स्मृति पांडे, सुहाना गैरा, सोनाक्षी नवीन, त्वैशा खनिजाओ,
Vandana Jain. Ulekha Shetty. Vanshija Sharma. Vanshika Agarwal. Varsha Guha.
Yamini Kaushik. Yamini. And finally, Vishnu Priya Kanuri. Thank you, Mr. Kant and Anuradha, for presenting the certificates. We will now move on to announcing the Vedica Awards for the class of 2021. I request Mr. Kant and Anuradha to stay on and present the awards. This year, we will be conferring 4 Vedica Ambassador Awards, 7 Vedica Spirit Awards, 2 Dean's Awards, 2 Special Patron Awards, and the Renew Emerging Green Scholar Award. The first award, the Vedica Ambassador Award, has been instituted to acknowledge those scholars who have relentlessly promoted the mission of the program through their efforts. Please join me in congratulating our awardees, Aditi Jain, Asmita Jagwani, Drishti Sharma, Asmita Jagwani, Drishti Sharma, and Kriti Gera. Moving on to the Special Patron Awards, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Sunita Arora and Ms. Manjula Ahluwalia, who have supported these awards over the years.
Ms. Sunita Arora has always strived to create change through her commitment to empowering women in society. The Award for Social Entrepreneurship and Academic Proficiency recognizes young Vedica scholars who demonstrate a similar commitment to creating social change. This award goes to Yamini. Ms. Manjula Ahluwalia echoes our belief in integrity as one of the most crucial values in a true professional. In recognition of this quality, the award for integrity and exemplary conduct goes to Ulekha Shetty. The Renew Emerging Green Scholar Award, supported by Renew Power, for promoting sustainability initiatives at the program is awarded to Nupur Sahasrabuddhi. The relevance of sustainability cannot be overstated in today's environment, and we are so glad to have Renew Power as our patron. Nupur is not present at the venue, but she has joined us online, so please show some appreciation for her efforts. Now moving on to the Vedica Spirit Awards.
The Vedica Spirit Award for Exemplary Professional Conduct and Academic Excellence is awarded to Manasvita Verma. The Vedica Spirit Award for Academic Excellence and Exemplary Conduct is awarded to Riya Jain. The Vedica Spirit Award for embodying outstanding leadership qualities and contributing to the program beyond the call of duty is awarded to Anisha Das Gupta. The Vedica Spirit Award for embodying the Vedica ethos to its full capacity is awarded to Pooja Thakur and Kriti Gera. Pooja has joined us online for the ceremony. The Vedica Spirit Award for Intellectual Curiosity and Academic Integrity is awarded to Ishani Kochar. Ishani, please say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to receive the Vedica Spirit Award for Intellectual Curiosity and Academic Excellence. It is said that genius is childlike, and over time we tend to lose our sense of curiosity. So it's not only important to live in a world of wonder, but also to surround ourselves with great, inspiring minds. I've always been a keen learner, and changing course from social sciences to management and coming to Vedica, I was skeptical that I might not understand these new concepts or maybe even feel burnt out. But my experience at Vedica has panned out very differently. I had the fortune of studying under brilliant minds, and with their guidance, I was able to pivot towards subjects that I never imagined I would be working in. In today's time, when things are getting automated, I think it is all the more important to keep your intellect fed and your curiosity alive. I'd like to thank Vedica for giving me the opportunity to do both. Congratulations, everyone.
Moving on to the next award, the Vedica Spirit Award for a sustained commitment to personal growth is awarded to Apurva Lele. Apurva, we would love to hear a few words from you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy today, and takes me back. Receiving this award takes me back to the year 2019, wherein after taking a gap year, I had decided to rejoin the corporate workforce. I landed a business development role at a manufacturing company, but somewhere down the line, I was feeling the need to upskill myself and the need to seek new avenues for personal and professional growth. That's when I found Vedica. It was the perfect match. Vedica embraced me and encouraged me to take on challenging assignments, to experiment with new ideas, and be confident with my opinions. All of these things opened exciting new world for me. I would like to take this opportunity to convey my gratitude to Dean and founder Anuradha, co-founder Pramath, all the faculties and entire team of Vedica for building a platform that enables young women like me to dream bigger. I would also like to thank my mentors Bhuvna Subramaniam, Apurv Chamaria, Arpita Mukherjee, and big shout out to all of my peers, class of 2021, especially Simran and Divyangana. Finally, all this was possible because of the unconditional support of life's best constant, parents, sister, and my grandmother. So, signing off with love and a bucket full of warmth. Thank you so much.
We now move on to the Dean's Awards. The Dean's Award for Outstanding Performance at the Shadow a Woman Leader module goes to Aditi Mukul. Aditi, I invite you to say a few words.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Our chief guest, Amitabh Kant, Dean Anuradha Das Mathur, faculty, the Vedica team, and all my batchmates present here today. I'm truly honored to be receiving the Shadow of Women Leader Award on this special occasion. In my Shadow module, I was mentored by the Group Talent Director, Audrey Clegg, and her global teams at the Coca-Cola Hellenic Bottling Company. This has been one of the most elevating and enchanting experiences for me, and I cherish every moment of it as I foray into the field of human resource management. The mentorship program enriched my curiosities and enabled me to combine diverse perspectives. I couldn't have made the most of it without the inspiration from my mentors, the international community at Coca-Cola, my shadow mates, Harnoor and Akanksha. I'm grateful to Vedica, my faculty and the teaching coordinators, my peers and my family for guiding me in this journey. As I re-immerse in the corporate world, the shadow mentorship continues to play a pivotal role in my career. I forge ahead each day with the learnings from my mentors. I'm grateful for their support that propels me to keep believing in myself, persevering, and chasing my dreams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aditi. The next award is the Dean's Award for Benchmark Professionalism for maintaining excellent standards of professional conduct and integrity. The award goes to Yamini Kaushik. Yamini, please say a few words.
Hello, folks. How are you guys doing? Nice. Yippee, we are finally here. First of all, thank you so much for conferring this award in me. I'm beyond grateful to our Dean, Miss Mathur, and the entire team here at Vedica. You know, few lectures ago, Mr. Jyotka in one of our sociology classes said, you know, you young people read Ayn Rand, and my eyes lit up, because Ayn Rand is my favorite writer. So he went on to say, you young people read Ayn Rand, and you think you are exceptional. You're not. He went on to say, no individual is exceptional. It is after 2 degrees, 2 jobs, and working with umpteen personalities, I finally understood that the sweetest joys of life come only with the recognition that you're not special. Even if I am 1 in a million, there are at least 7,000 people exactly like me. At Vedica, I learned that special is not a tag owned by an individual, but the one that belongs to the community, to this community, to the class of 2021. Thank you for sharing your stories, for they've encouraged me to be my best in the last 18 months. As a parting note, I hope all of us build extraordinary lives and communities that are special in our own right. All the best for the road ahead, folks. See you around.
Thank you, Yamini. The Vedica Award for Academic Excellence for exemplary pursuit of knowledge, a keen desire for learning, and upholding the highest standards of academic integrity goes to Akanksha Ahuja.
Akanksha, may I please request you to stay on stage? Congratulations, scholars, for your exceptional performance over the last 18 months. Please give yourselves a huge round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Kant and Anuradha, for for presenting these awards. I now request you to please take your seats. We are delighted to announce that Akanksha Ahuja is also the valedictorian of the class of 2021. Akanksha, I now request you to deliver the valedictorian address.
Thanks, Ajay. Okay, it's a windy morning. This is out of speech, but I didn't think we'll be here today because it rained last night. But we are here again, even after the pandemic and everything that hit us. Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, a magnanimous dean and faculty, staff, proud parents, friends, and us. The class of 2021, 115 scholars whose hustle and stories we honor today. I'm incredibly humbled to stand here as a valedictorian representing the class of 2021. The class of 2021, if you will, is a rocket ship, meticulous, powerful, and vulnerable in its own right. We have witnessed the world come to a standstill, juggled assignments with loss and grief hanging over us, and yet found our way to the other side, this side. All of us, I believe, are derivatives of the remarkable people and places that have touched us. So please join me in presenting a note of gratitude. For your wisdom and vision, we thank you, Anuradha and Pramath. For your teaching excellence and support, we thank all our professors, some of them across the world, the Vedica program team, wardens, bhaiyas, everybody who was there for us. To our parents, partners, friends, and pets, very important, thank you for holding the fort and helping us fly. We are internally indebted to all of you, and I'm sure we'll make you all proud. Now, folks who know me know that I often rely on language to put myself out there. Today is no different. I present to you Safare Vedica, a journey in a few words. 1. Miracle. Miracle in Turkish means curiosity and wonder. I am often looked as the girl with too many questions. It is here at Vedica that I asked myself, what does curiosity look like? I realized it is the tinkering of steel plates and spoons in the mess, a knock on the hostel door, more hands raised on Zoom than the professor can answer in a 2-hour lecture. I hope Ankur can testify to that. I hope that we carry this hunger in our pockets to every uncharted territory and make it our own. 2. Mukhtalif in Urdu translates to different. In the last 500 days together, we have thrived in diversity. 115 personal histories, 29 states, more languages than we can fit on our tongue palette. From the 2x2 Zoom boxes, trying to gauge each other's personality and height, to embracing each other in the last week of September. Remember developing a code for an online hug? Sure, our differences lurk around the corner, but we have dared to accept our diversity in the skin and bones, and I guess that is what defines a Vedica scholar. 3. Intrepide. Intrepide in French stands for soldiers in war who display fearlessness and fortitude. At the risk of sounding pompous, I'd say we are no less. When the virus caused chaos in the hostel, we came to each other's rescue well beyond the call of duty. In this time together, we have managed to challenge stereotypes, smell patriarchy from afar, developed a feminist lens to gauge mundane things around us. Nobody, folks, can promise us this, but when adulting gets hard, as it will, may we continue to valor and, when alone, have the courage to ask for help. Fourth, fourth, Atma Jagrukta, in Hindi, as some of you might have guessed, denotes self-awareness. Of the many things, Vedika has also equipped us with the capacity to look inward, understand our own feelings, triggers, and personality. I, for sure, understood that I wasn't born a woman. I have become one, thanks to socialization. But as we step into multiple roles, I wish we make decisions from a place of self-awareness and not ignorance. Five, and finally, in Japanese, the word that describes the hometown, not from where you actually are, but where our hearts belong, is called furusato. I could not have fathomed, while entering room number 211, my world would one day turn into a community of cheerleaders, of women who understand consent, and those who speak the language of orchids. This also brings along a realization that we sometimes choose our family, and I bet each one of us did just that. For whenever you're stuck in a storm or need somebody to clink wine glasses with, I hope you fall back on the solemn friendships and giggly acquaintances you made here at Vedica. Ladies and gentlemen and folks, my Vedica dictionary has countless words, but there is a paucity of time, so I've been told. Now, before we toss our graduate hats, I'd like to conclude with a few lines by author Meena Kandaswamy, and I quote, "I am the woman who's willing to display her scars and put them within exhibition frames. I am the mad woman of moon days. I am the breast-beating woman who howls. I am the woman who wills the skies to weep in my place." For molding scholars like us, thank you, Vedica.
Thank you, Akanksha. You have beautifully described your Vedica journey. And now, the moment we all have been waiting for. I am privileged to invite our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Amitabh Kant, to deliver the convocation address.
The Dean and co-founder Anuradha Das Mathur, the co-founder Mr. Pramath Sinha, all the faculty members here, the Vedica scholars. It was such a pleasure to see so much of energy and dynamism and smiles all over. And some of the parents who've joined here today. I'm truly delighted to be in the midst of all of you. I really think this is one of the most useful 1 hour that I've spent seeing so many of you and seeing so much of confidence, and the girls who spoke with so much of energy, optimism, so much of brightness. I keep going to the IAS Academy in Mussoorie and I keep interacting with IAS probationers, and I can tell you that you people are far better than any of those IAS probationers. And I can also say that, you know, this kind of vibrancy that you brings in a lot of hope that as a nation, we should all be proud of all of you and of all the women, because this is a very, very unique program to my mind. Unique program uh, to select women who will make a difference. I've not seen a course like this anywhere. I've not seen a certification program of this nature, which is identifying young women, training them who will go and make a difference in India. Because as a country, we have huge inequalities to address. And I feel very strongly about it, particularly as a father of two young women, one of whom is actually named Vedica. Yeah. And she's a great friend of Mr. Pramod Sinha, and she's presently in working in USA. And therefore, I really feel that in India, if India is to grow and prosper, if India is to really make a difference, then we need to make sure that our women become the key drivers of India. And India cannot progress without half its owners. And therefore, I truly believe that a program like this is a very, very special program, and I really wish that every state of India and every district of India actually has a program like Vedica to encourage young women. I've been reading about what we can do for women, and one of the tasks of Niti Aayog, where I'm the CEO, is really about seeing that India grows at rapid pace and is able to provide job opportunities for everyone. And one of the studies recently, some time back, was this McKinsey study about the power of parity advancing women's equality in India. And what it said was that actually, if we are able to ensure that 50% of the jobs in India are managed by women, India would be adding close to about 770 billion to India's economy. And there are, to my mind, in today's world, two really fundamental tasks to this. One is, if women have economic power, and that would really mean that we are able to provide better education and health, and better learning outcomes and health outcomes to women, which is very, very critical. And to my mind, employment in life is closely correlated to both learning outcomes and health outcomes. I've been a long-term believer that actually how well you do in life is not related to how well you do in academics. Actually, I've been myself a fairly mediocre student. I believed in doing more sports. Actually, I did more of extracurriculars. My parents always pulled me up for not giving adequate time for academics, but I've always believed that if you've excelled in extracurriculars, if you've done in sports, you bring in that extra energy which enables you to have better drive and dynamism to do better in life. And therefore, my belief is that the basis on which you people have been taken in Vedica and selected is a different principle than just mere academics. And therefore, many of you will in life do better than any IIM student or any IIT student or any ISB student. I was telling Mr. Pramod Sinha that he has also founded ISB. But actually, Vedica scholars will do better than these ISB students. So, and that is simply because, the basis of saying this is one that your faculty, and I give a lot of credit to your dean, Anuradha Mathur, and the faculty, because they've been able to collect some of the best faculty And secondly, this faculty is not institutionalized as an institution that everybody does. You know, the best people in the education system you will never get if you try and say that I'm going to give them a salary. They are picking up the best talent across India, and they're trying to get the best faculty to teach you. And this faculty is a freewheeling faculty. Select the best people to teach the best students, I think, is the best way to build up a great institution. And that, therefore, this is very, very important. I think it's important to understand that there are very radical changes taking place in today's world. If we need to empower our women, to my mind, there are two basic issues. One is the rapid advancement in digitization that is taking place, and it will not be possible for any one of you to excel till you've not acquired a certain level of expertise in the digital transformation that is taking place. Very important to understand that people, companies and countries which have not adapted to this very rapid level of technological change that is taking place are just getting left behind. And therefore, the fundamental enabler for all of you will be this digital transaction. In India today, everybody has a biometric, everyone has a bank account, everyone has a mobile. When I was a young officer in Kerala, one of the tasks given to me at the beginning of my career was to transform the lives of traditional fishermen. And you know, in Kerala, this fishermen used to go work for hours, catch fish, but they used to get only 18% of the market price of the fish, because this fish used to go through about 12, 13 layers of middlemen before it reached the ultimate consumer. So I worked for about 4 years with traditional fishermen. We were able to give them new technology in terms of outboard motors, new fishing crafts, fiberglass crafts which enabled them to go much further into the sea. We gave them outboard motors which pushed them much, much further. But one of the challenge was that fishermen were prone to drinking in the night, and therefore it was very important to open their bank accounts and see that they are able to save for their children and for the off-season when there was no fishing possible. Opening a bank account was a nightmare. I used to chase bank managers for 8 months, 9 months. Know your customer was a nightmare. Physical opening of bank account on paper was a nightmare. It took me 8 to 9 months to open a bank account for a fisherman. Today it's possible to open a bank account using your biometric in less than a minute. You don't even need to go to a bank branch. You can just use your biometric to open a bank branch, to open a bank account. And therefore, from the time I was a young officer till now, the transformation of journey in just opening a bank account has been from 9 months to 1 minute. That has been the transformation in India. When I joined the service, all of us were used to issuing checks. Much later, I had credit cards. I used to use credit cards. And last 2 years, I have not used a credit card. I have not used a checkbook. I've just used, the UPI on my mobile. I've used Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay, all of them on my mobile. I've done all my transactions through mobiles. And therefore, this digital transaction, this digital enablement which has taken place has been really transformational. And I think that will be the fundamental basis on which we should empower our women. Digitally empower our women to face the world of tomorrow. And that is really the key to my mind. The second fundamental aspect which is changing place in India is that women used to remain and do a lot of hard work relating to cooking, especially in rural areas, uh, fetching water. There were challenges of sanitation. And I've for years worked as secretary rural development in Kerala. One of the challenges was all for women were challenges relating to managing the household. And as we provide gas connections at households, as we provide Jal Jeevan water 24 into 7 to households, as we provide 100% sanitation at households, you will see that there will be a better management at the household level, and women will have that extra time to do many other things. And therefore, this development, social development, economic development that is taking place will enable a lot of women to do many other jobs other than just managing households. And therefore, it's very important that all of you really, and all the women must take care of their destiny, they live their dreams, and that you have the power to change the world you live in. That is important. That eventually you are the one who are going to make the destiny of not merely yourself, but of the country. And therefore, all of you have a very, very critical role to play. All of us in India need you as the change agent. There are huge global challenges, there are social inequality, there's aging population, there's public health threats, there's climate change, there's technological disruption. All this is taking place. But what Vedica program has equipped you to do is to prepare you for this radical disruption that is taking place in the world. And that will enable you to be the big change agent. And that is what is important. You know, women have always been socialized to be more empathetic, nurturing, vulnerable, tolerant, people-centered. But I would merely like to say that all of you, you want to have these qualities, do have them, but you should be very, very aggressive. Remain your childlike qualities which you have now of smiling, something which the world badly lacks. Continue to be extremely looking at the future, be futuristic, be aggressive, be dynamic, and that is why the future needs spaces like Vedica, which celebrates values which you people have imbibed here. And these are the values which society needs, these are the values which businesses need, and this is, if you continue these values as you want, people across the business community, people in government, all of them will realize that more and more women are required in workforce to contribute to the growth of both India and the world. And why I said that you need to dream big is because I interact a lot with women, and in our young professional program in Niti Aayog, we take about 100 odd young professionals every 6 months. And I interview them personally, and I've always, in the selection process, I've always found that we end up with a selection of 45 women and just 15 boys, because the women are doing much better than boys. They outsmart boys in every single sphere. So whatever you look at their academic performance, you look at their dynamism, you look at their ability to think big, you look at their all aspects of it, I've found girls doing much better. And therefore, when you come to Niti Aayog, you will find that actually Niti Aayog is just full of young people and therefore young women. you'll hardly find boys there. And boys in Niti Aayog perform only half as good as the young women do. So I'm absolutely of the firm belief that women actually have the ability to think big. They have the ability to they're far more futuristic. They are far more, they are able to bring in all the abilities of excellence while delivering. And that's why when you look across India, in a whole range of areas, you will find that women wrestlers are doing well, women shooters are doing well. Even Chandro Toma, who began her career when she was 65, has made India proud at the Olympics. We have seen that self-belief and encouraging environment can do a lot for women. I've seen this in bureaucracy, I've seen this in politics in my over 40 years of career, that I've had better women bosses than men bosses. I've seen better, even in the peer group, the women are much better than men. And therefore, I would really tell you that whichever field you go to, and that's your choice, whichever field you go to, whether it's business, whether it's politics, whether it's administration, whether it's government, and each one of that field, just aim for only one thing, and that is to excel and be the best in that field. The whole world is open to you, and just aim to be the best in that field. I really wish you all the courage, all the grit to stay in the path that you choose. Your dreams have the potential to change the way the world sees women. And I am, I'm truly delighted that the Vedica Scholars Program and its mission, it's very apt that its message reinforces the institution's credo that whatever you do, don't quit. So don't quit dreaming, don't quit believing in yourself, and don't ever think of quitting work, because whatever you are, continue to work, because that's how you'll contribute to society. And I'm particularly delighted that Mr. Pramod Sinha asked me to come here, because I was not fully aware of what Vedica Scholarship Program was all about, except that my daughters, they told me that it's a very unique program, etc. But all that I can say is that government is making several efforts to strengthen the enabling environment for girls and women. We use several global indices like Global Gender Gap Index and the Gender Inequality Index to drive reforms at the state level. But I can only say that it's very difficult for government to transform at the grassroots level. I run another program called the Aspirational District Program, where we are transforming 115 of the most backward districts of India. We don't call them backward, we call them aspirational districts. And we've used the power of data, of real-time data. These are districts where equal amount of money goes, but these districts have remained backward because there's lack of morale. There's demotivation amongst officers. These are difficult districts, they're far-flung. So we've tried to build in that morale. We've tried to build in that, in the administration, we've tried to give them that courage to change things. And we've awarded, on the basis of data, we have awarded districts which have done well. And I can tell you that today, on the basis of this program, in 3 years' time, 95% of the aspirational districts are doing better than the non-aspirational districts. So what this program has demonstrated is that people that, once you have a high level of morale and dynamism, teamwork, and the spirit to conquer, you can transform. You can transform a backward district into a very advanced district. And therefore, I'm really convinced that all of you together will not only help us uh, truly do remarkable things in India, you will help us transform India, you will help us bridge the gender gap, because you people will stand out as great examples of those who are transforming India. Uh, you people will really contribute to India's growth and progress in many, many ways. And I'm truly delighted that I came here. I spent some time with you. And I'm truly delighted that I saw so many young women with such, when I heard many of them speak, there was so much of can-do spirit. There was so much of enthusiasm. There's so much of energy. And that is what the future is all about. So I wish you all the best. And I wish you go all out and conquer the world. Just unleash all your energy. Just unleash all that you have learned and become the best and the brightest in whatever field you do. You are truly the change agent of India, and I wish you all the best and a great future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kant, for your kind words and for encouraging the work that we're doing here, for showing us that the work we're doing here is extremely important, and for encouraging all the hard work done by the team. We are extremely grateful that you could join us today, and on behalf of Vedica, please accept a token of gratitude from our side. Innate to the ethos of Vedica is abundant gratitude. This ceremony would be incomplete without expressing our appreciation for everyone who makes Vedica, its mission, and days like today possible. On behalf of the Vedica family, I would now like to invite Pramat Raj Sinha, Vedica co-founder, friend, faculty, mentor, and goodwill ambassador, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Mr. Kant has inspired me to not use paper, so you have to forgive me. Congratulations. How wonderful is it to see you all here, and I still remember the day that I first got a chance to meet all of you over Zoom, and seems like the last year has been about Zoom. But it's so great to actually meet everyone in person over the last few months, and I'm sure that you are delighted to be here today. So all I'll say is my personal congratulations. This won't take too long. I know that you all have been sitting for a while, all our guests, so I'll make it quick, but I do want to thank a few people. First of all, Mr. Kant. When I first asked him, we, as you know, had an earlier date. Over WhatsApp, he said yes. I don't think he had time to ask his daughters then. He just said yes. Then we had to change the date. And I was a little awkward, if I'm going to ask him again, and he could all now say, well, I said yes, then you guys changed the date. Within seconds, it was another yes. And he's here today, and thank you, sir, for making the time. Your words actually will stay with us for a long time. Sometimes when people like you come to events like this, they speak from a script. But today, I think we have to be careful whether we release some of the videos of this. The IS officers, ISB students, boys will not be so happy. But I think you truly spoke from the heart. And thank you so much for making the time for us. We have to thank one key constituent that has always been here but is not here today physically, but many of them have joined online. I'd like you to please stand up, the scholars. turn around, look into the cameras, and please give a big round of applause to your parents and thank them for their support. Thank you. Please take your seats. Thank you to all your parents who are not here but are watching us. Thank you for supporting your daughters through this program. I know it's not been easy this past couple of years especially. Next, I'd like to really thank our governing council. We are today very fortunate to have 4 of them here. And when I was meeting them earlier, I couldn't remember a time when 4 of our governing council members were physically present. Mrs. Gauri Ishwaran, Savita Mahajan, Reena Mittal, and Nivedita Narayan. I hope that I get to see more of you rather than just at Vedica convocations. You all have been a constant source of encouragement and support, and your support has been exemplary. You go beyond the call of duty in helping us. So your presence here is doubly special. Thank you. Short programs like Vedica have a transformative effect on students because of the consistent and sustained excellence in teaching and learning across all classes and all subjects. And we have been fortunate, and like Mr. Kant recognized, to have some very inspired teaching by superb faculty on this program. And several of them are here. Some are on stage. Some chose to be in the audience. I don't know if Amit Gulati is here. I didn't see him. But Ankur, and if you are here, please. Ankur, I'm jealous. You got the largest applause. Bhavani Singh Shekhawat. Kaustubh Chakravarti, please stand up, Kaustubh. Raghav Subramaniam, who taught for the first time this year. Is Raghav still here? I saw him earlier. Hi, Raghav. Thank you. T.D. Chandrasekhar, who's been teaching from many years. Thank you, T.D. Devjani Roy. Thank you, Devjani. Let's see, who is Meghna Kopala has joined probably on. Oh, there she is. Hi, Meghna. Thank you. Priyadarshini Lakshminarayan, I think, on stage. Thank you. So let's see. I hope I haven't missed out anybody. Meena Vaidyanath. Is Meena here? Thank you, Meena. And I'm sorry if I missed out anyone. We have to do a live tally of who all are here. But thank you again, all the faculty, for what you do for us. Several of you have not taught full courses, but have done a series of lectures for us, conducted workshops. Some of you are here, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you again on behalf of Vedica and all our scholars. We have a mentorship program at Vedica. The scholars, of course, know about it, and several mentors are here. Adit Jain, I see you sitting in the back there. Sugata Sarkar, Sanjoy Mohanty. Sanjoy has been a great supporter of this program. Pratyush is here. Vikas Gupta, who's on stage with us. Nitin Dave. Thank you, Nitin. I saw Ravi Sridharan also. Is Ravi here? Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much for your support. And Arpito Mukherjee. Arpito, thank you so much. Great to have you here with us. I do also have, is Apurva Chamaria here? No. And Archana Kumar? No. Yes, hi, Archana. Thank you. One of our shadow mentors is here, Preeti Reddy. Preeti, I saw you here. Thank you so much for being here. There are amazing women who support these women in the shadow mentorship program, and Preeti was here. Antara is here, who's our counselor on campus. I saw Antara before. Thank you, Antara. All of this would not have been possible for the great support that we get. Anuradha and I were fortunate to start 9.9 together many years ago, and the support that comes from 9.9. Ashish Gupta is here on stage. Thank you, Ashish. Vikas, of course, and Sandeep Jain with 9.9, who's here in the audience. Thank you, Sandeep, for what you do for us. Members of the Vedica Women's Alliance are here. I think I've already called out Preeti Reddy, but I think Megha Chawla is here as well. And thank you, Megha, for your support for that program. All of the recruiters, the people in the industry, and everyone for validating what we do here at Vedica. Thank you so much. And I'm really coming to the close now, but one important constituent that we have to thank, especially in light of the tough year that we've had, particularly in the hostel, is our housekeeping staff. And I'd like them to come up on stage, please. Can we have all of them come on stage? Notice this is an all men's team. One for the boys. Thank you. Thank you. COVID or no COVID, they've been really around for us, and thank you so much. And now I have the pleasure of inviting some very special people. Anuradha Das Mathur, Ajaya Kaushik, Ananya Majumdar, Deepa Kumar, Inara Khan, Kanika Jain, Kunal Vaidya, Malika Anand, Mamta Saru, Medha Mukherjee, Moksha Agarwal, Monica Wadhwa, Nandini Bagai, Om Prakash, OP, Pradeep Kumar, Pratibha Masi, Pushkar Sarkar. Okay, this would have to be the loudest, yes. Rahul Lal Chandani, Rupa Vasudev, Ruchi Mahajan, Satya Prakash, Shreya Agarwal, Snehi Gupta, Sucharita Sahu, Varun Sharma, and Vidhi Sharma. Thank you very much. There are two traditions that I personally have with this program. One is a lunch at my home, which you will have to take a rain check on. But somewhere during the program, I find a way to get this poem to all the scholars of the previous batches. And this time I haven't had a chance, so I'm going to beg a few minutes of indulgence to read this out. This is the Desiderata by Max Herman. And this is, I've cut short my speech and I'm only going to leave this as my message to you. Go placidly amidst the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have a story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, other than aggressive Vedika scholars. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. This theme has come up a lot today. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Keep interested in your career. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive her to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhat. Nothing at Vedica is complete without invoking a sense of belonging. In our pursuit of goals that are beyond the self, what better way to bind everyone together than the national anthem? Please join us in singing along to this beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you everyone once again for being here today. I now request you to remain in your seats as the ceremonial procession moves towards the lawn and proceed to lunch thereafter. As a token of appreciation, gratitude and abundant hope, light a little candle on your way out. Dear scholars, please collect your transcripts from the counter near the entrance.